Hey there, Clashers. Welcome to another episode of Clash with Quant. This is going to be a trophy pushing episode, and it's going to focus on looking at the defensive log, then a defensive replay that was a victory, then the offensive log, and a offensive 100% victory. So let's go ahead and take a look at that defensive log right away. Before we do that, looking at the trophies, 4,049. That is the best. That is the best ever for trophies, and we're inching our way ever closer to Titans 3. So that's a kind of an exciting goal. It doesn't seem that far, but it does take a while to build these trophies up here, especially when we're going to look at this defensive log and see a lot of the losses. But there's a couple wins in here too that do help along the way. So scrolling down the log, there's 2 defensive wins right off the bat for pretty decent trophies, 24 and 18. And then we're going to scroll down and look at all these losses, including a 44 trophy loss. And that was not a revenge. So someone found me and got 44 trophies out of me, which I think is highly unusual. And that was really discouraging. But then we're just going to scroll down, multiple losses. So as you're pushing, this is going to happen. I mean, people bring heavy armies if you're looking at these armies, including a Town Hall 10, which is now on top. Sometimes I get 100%ed, sometimes I don't. And look, there's another streak of winning that we're going to start looking at right now from 7 days ago or so. So we're just going to scroll down kind of slow, get a look at the armies that are attacking the base, and looking at some of the defensive wins, which are pretty good at the bottom half of this this log. And I think the log is over right now, and it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at this defense right off the bat. Wiederholung. And here it is. Heavy troops. There's actually 3 golems. One is in the clan castle, multiple giants, and 23 wizards. So a lot of hit points behind those heavy troops, and some big heroes. Now, this player thought they were going to be able to get through the back of this first part of the base. They were sadly mistaken, as we will see. They're going to drop all of their meat right away, get that into the base. Fortunately, this base is designed right up front where there's a couple spring traps that these giants, 3 of them and 2 more, 5 are off the board right away, so there's only 6 remaining. But there's a lot of wizards, and they drop all their wizards right away, not saving any to delay. I would have dropped some in maybe now, so that when all of these wizards move forward, right here, boom, that bomb takes them out. And here's another bomb, boom, taking out the rest of the wizards. So what is that, 24 wizards gone? And the queen is exposed that quickly. What was that, just 20 seconds, 30 seconds? Queen pops the ability, level 28 queen. Doesn't last long enough. There's still an archer tower and an expo that take the queen out, leaving this player with 3 wizards still in the bank and an archer and a couple of golems. That's it. And fortunately, my clanmates gave me Velks and wizards in the clan castle. Usually I ask for anything for defense. I always ask for anything, and this is what they happened to give me. So this was a really good one to have for this attack. And they're going to try to get a couple more percentage points here, so I'll fast forward a little bit. Drop 2 wizards, but with a clan castle Velk, a clan castle wizard, and some defenses going down, this is over. They just quit, giving me the 24 trophies. So that was really unexpected. You don't normally expect to get a defensive win. You see that the log does have some, but every time I log off, I expect a loss, hoping that it's a 3, 4, 5, maybe 8 trophy loss, which can be recouped in a couple of raids. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the offensive log. And the offensive log is quite wonderful in my opinion. Starting off with 100%, that's the one we're going to review. It's the same army every time. I did a video on it in the past. Go ahead and look at that attack strategy to learn a little bit more about it, but I've gotten better with it in the last week. So scrolling down, 100%, 98%, 66% 2-star, 97% 2-star, 100% 3-star, 95% 2-star, 97% 2-star, 100%, 70%. So these are, I mean, there's a lot of high 90 percentages in here too that could have tipped to 3 stars, which would have been a log full of so many 3 stars. But even the 3 stars that are there at this high level are really impressive. So let's go ahead and take a look at this 3-star, which is very impressive because there were 2 errors that I made. The first is I didn't drop the healers on this queen right away, and I dropped her into 4-point defenses. I'm going to lose the queen in maybe 20 seconds, and the most important piece of this attack is gone. Right there. And here I'm thinking, okay, now I have to salvage the attack somehow. So drop a golem, drop the other golem, a couple wizards behind the golems to make a funnel on either side. But those healers are really healing those golems up, which was very fortunate to have in this attack. And those healers are still at a range of that air defense. How nice is that? Pop a hole right here. And then this is with the EQ, the earthquake, where it gets dropped, it opens up essentially the center and all these bays. So it's not directly in front of these golems, it's off center to them, so I can get as many walls as possible and create a clear path. So then I go ahead and drop the king and the Velks. Well, the Velks went the wrong way. So that's the second mistake in this attack. So here I'm thinking, okay, I might not even get a 1-star on here. The Giants were dropped. Giants go in the middle. There's really not much left in the army available units that I could drop on the board. Everything's pretty much dropped. Rage and heal right in the middle. I knew there was going to be a lot of hit points in the center, including the Queen, the 4 Teslas, but there's just enough meat in the middle, and those healers are being raged, taking care of those golems. A couple of wizards behind those golems, just 2, I think, at this point, and a couple of the barbarian kings spawned barbarians. So the Velks on the bottom broke their way into the wall, which was great. Then I started dropping my secondary units. I dropped the Hog here, and the extra giant down here with those, I think, 1 more wizard and possibly 2 archers. And the Hog's just going to work its way through the base. You can see right now that the Expo and the Wizard Tower and the Mortar are targeting these 2 golems. I think there's 2 golems there, maybe just 1 actually. But that's just enough for this Hog to get onto this Expo. And I counted, there's 22 hits this Hog takes. 22 on the Expo. And that gets rid of the Expo. 1 Hog gets the Expo down. Now the Expo is going to get a couple hits on the Hog, but it's going to be a little bit too late. Now, one of the fortunate aspects of this base is this exposed, open outside alley that the Giants and the 1 golem are walking through that allow tanking for the outside Velks to be able to work their way around the base and keep this 1 other Hog alive. So there's only a couple of attacking units on the board that are hitting everything, and then multiple tanking units. And it's just the right combination to take out this entire base. Check it out. There's just 3 storages left, and this is a lot of loot. I didn't mention it, I'm sure you saw it, but finding a base that has 1.1 million loot and 3,300 Dark Elixir in it is very rare in Champs 1. And especially finding one that's a Champs 2 that's going to give 11 trophies. But all in all, this is a 1.6 million loot raid and 5,000 DE with the bonus, not to mention the unlikelihood that this attack was actually going to be a 3-star because I lost that queen right away, and the Velks decided to go on the outside of the base as opposed to the inside of the base, which was my fault, of course, but I'm going to blame the Velks, even though they treat me well. So that's it, just taking kind of a mid-pushing review of the defensive log and the offensive log, very close to Titans 3, which is going to be another milestone, and hopefully once we get there, if we ever do get there, there will be a live attack, hopefully showing the successful victory getting into 3-stars. So thanks so much for watching Clash with Quant. While you're here, click the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave some discussion about your pushing army and your pushing experiences. We'll see you next time.